Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome back to Needs of Children. I am your social science NG teacher. Let's come to the economics first lesson 8th standard introduction to economics. In the previous session, we get the information about importance of studying economics and then economic activities. So these are the important topics we are discussed in the previous session. Let's come to the continued part of the first lesson, that is introduction to economics. Here is the continued part of the first lesson. Since economics is a study of human economic activities, it is a very vast subject. Therefore, in order to study the different activities, it is divided into two broad branches. They are called as microeconomics and macroeconomics. Let's come to we will get the more information about the detailed concept of macro and micro. So microeconomics. The word micro means very small, and microeconomics implies study of economics at a very small level. Microeconomics is the study of decision making to use resources by the smallest components of the society, namely individuals, households, and business firms. So microeconomics, you have to buy various goods and services to satisfy your wants. Which wants will satisfy you? How much price are you willing to pay for a specific goods and services? How many hours to work are you ready to work, and where do you work? So etc. are some of the decisions to be made. The individual consumer makes these decisions for achieving maximum satisfaction from the consumption. A production or a business unit called a firm that produces goods and services will have to decide about the quantity to be produced and the price at which the goods or services to be sold. It has to decide about the combination of inputs like factors of production. The four important factors of production: land, labor, capital, organization or entrepreneurship, so that it produces the desired quantity at the minimum cost. The price is determined by the interaction of the buyers and the sellers in a market, how they interact and on what basis they decides to mutually acceptable price is also the subject matters of the microeconomics. So these are some of the features we are going to be considered as the microeconomics. So let's come to the concept of macroeconomics. The word macro means total or large. The society or the country or the economy in a very large entity compared to an individual. Some decisions have to be taken at such aggregate level. The economic decisions taken at the level of economy as a whole are the subject matter of macroeconomics. The economic decisions like collection of taxes, expenditure on public amenities and welfare activities, regulation of inflation, promotion of economic growth, etc. So these are some of the very important large concepts under the macroeconomics which affect the whole economy fall in the purview of macroeconomics. Such decisions are usually taken by the government, but in macroeconomics by individually or compared to family. But here macro, it is the decisions decided by government. The problems, it's not by a single or it's not by a family. It's a problem of the whole country, the entire citizens, the entire population of the country. So let's come to the what are the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics studies individual buying and selling. As a buyer, the expenditure by a individual consumes in his consumption. Expenditure, then we add consumption expenditure of an individual, we get the aggregate consumption expenditure of the whole society. Similarly, when we add up incomes of all individuals in the society, it becomes the total income of the country or national income. Study of these aggregates such as national income, total consumption, expenditure of the country, etc. comes under the macroeconomics. Inflation or price rise in another issue studied by the macroeconomics. Inflation or price affects the whole economy. So understanding its causes and effects as well as controlling it comes under the study of macroeconomics. So similarly, the problem of unemployment, economic growth and development, etc. affect the whole nation and hence here are covered under the study of economics. But anyhow, micro and macro, so both are very essential to solve the problems of the country. So here it is said that microeconomics is like a studying a single tree in the forest, while macroeconomics studies the whole forest. Microeconomics provides a worm's eye view of the economy, but macroeconomics provides a bird's eye view of the economy. So that is the difference between micro and macroeconomics. And here, so after studying these are all the concept, here some of the basic problems of the economic. So what are the basic problems usually facing by the economics? The problems in economics arise due to scarcity of resources, which forces us to make a suitable choice. This is both at micro and macro levels. In this context, economics tries to provide answers to the following questions. So here some of the very important, the basic economic problems: what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. So let's come to the what to produce. An individual or a society has to decide about what goods and services to produce, whether to produce more of food or weapons, agricultural or industrial goods, education or health, consumer goods or machineries. The type of quality of various goods produced depends upon the resources availability. On the one hand, the requirements of the people. On the other, so that we cannot justify only these products, goods and services we have to produce. That is based on the availability of the resources and the requirements of the people. On the basis of that, we have to produce the goods and services. And the next one, how to produce. There are different ways to produce given goods. So different combination of inputs and resources can be used to produce a given amount of goods and service. This is called the technology of production. Whether to use of technology, that use of more labor, so labor intensive technology, or capital. So how to produce? Based on the technology, that is more labor, that is labor intensive technology. On the other hand, capital intensive technology is to be decided by the society. So this is essential to minimize the cost of production and efficient use of existing resources. How to produce? That's depend upon the labor intensive technology and capital intensive technology. So whatever the mode of production, but it has to minimize the cost of production and efficient use of the availability of the resources. And the next one, for whom to produce. Who will get the goods so produced and in what quantities? So this is the problem of issue of distribution, such that each person should get at least a minimum quantity of goods and services for consumption. For instance, it may be availability of food, basic education or primary health. Thus, so every society has to decide the distribution of scarce resources and goods and services among all individuals. Because of we cannot justify these goods are essential, these goods are not essential. So everyone, based on the least of minimum quantity of goods and services, maybe or may not be, everyone they are going to be use it. So among that, food, basic education and primary health is very essential. So finally, among all the three questions, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, we get the answer. So thus the study of economics helps us to understand the current use of resources and plan for their more efficient use in the future. So the economists usually advise government on these matters. As a result, the well-being of the individuals and the country can be improved. So this is about the today's session, Until now, we get the information about microeconomics and macroeconomics, the basic economic problems. So, thank you, and I'm expecting if any having the doubts related to this lesson, so you can comment your doubts and questions. Okay, so keep watching my channel and I will come back with so next video. Until, keep watching. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.